I've seen some people try to make fun of PC gamers when they say that they're going to wait for a game to come on the PC platform before they play it. Some have used some names like PC Master Wait and all of this stuff. And to me, it makes me just laugh. Today, I found a little clip as I was just scrolling through Twitter about somebody pretty much saying that, another person on some podcast was pretty much talking smack about the Xbox platform. Now, I don't really care about much of that, but I did hear something from the clip that I wanted to go ahead and play for you guys, and I thought it would be pertinent to this conversation. So go ahead and listen to this clip. There's probably some other context behind it, but I thought this was interesting, so I'll play it for you here so you can listen to it.
I'm playing Doom on the Pro, and and if Indie's good, I'm going to be playing it on the Pro. I'm not going to waste my time in December playing it on Xbox. I'll wait, and I'll wait to play the better experience. I'm not going to play it twice, okay? I'm going to play it once, and I'd rather play it on the better hardware. I got a new monitor coming with my Pro, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. So I'm playing Doom on the Pro.
So I don't know who this person is. I literally was just scrolling through Twitter and I saw this particular post from Clute over here. And it was like, okay, this is interesting. I was just listening to the clips. But it's very interesting to see that this person said that they were going to wait to play a specific game on the better hardware. And it's his right to do so. In fact, I support the right of that person to play a game where they wish to play a game. And they said they will wait. And this is from one console to the other. Apparently, this person is, I think, a fan of one of the consoles. I don't know which one. They prefer to actually play on the PlayStation. In an earlier clip, they said that they put their Xbox aside for a while and they weren't using it. So maybe they prefer the PlayStation and they want to play the game Indiana Jones on a PS5 Pro, which they deem the better hardware. I think the case is actually made for those who are on PC who want to go ahead and also wait to play a game like GTA 6. I've seen a lot of PlayStation players, cite and hail this game as, oh, this game is going to bring this revitalization of consoles and all that stuff. And I'm laughing because I'm like, man, imagine having to wait for a third party's game to come in and, give your own platform a boost that it actually so desperately needs, when in reality, a platform should be able to do what it does, by offering what I think is a strong value proposition to those who are actually within their ecosystem. But that's very interesting. And I think it leads me back to the video where I was making a while ago and I was asking the very pertinent question and saying, would you spend $500 to actually play, a video game? This was a very genuine question I was asking a while ago. And a lot of people said, nah, not really. Some people said, depending on the game. Some said, even if it, their GTA 6 is on a different platform that they don't have, they're going to double dip. And I think the overall response to this is all based on the gamer and what the gamer is trying to achieve or what game they're trying to play. If they don't have any interest in the game, for the most part, they're likely not going to go ahead and engage in that content or spend anything extra to go ahead and seek out that content and find it. Like, really, who wants to, spend? For me, that's the question I'm asking myself. Why would I want to go buy GTA 6? I don't play GTA. So even though I have both consoles, I'm just going to be sitting here looking and going, all right, whatever, because that's just how it is. I remember they gave out GTA 5 a while back on Epic Games Store. I think I copped it, never installed it, never played it. It's not my kind of game, but I know for a lot of people it's their kind of game. But a lot of other people are also going to wait till a PC release comes into play because they believe is the better edition. They can mod the game. They can get the game to play a better performance than it will play on console. So all these things are valid. Another thing I wanted to go ahead and point out is it's very interesting to see how the conversation of consoles has actually stepped into the hardware conversation in many cases. Rather than the conversation to actually highlight, a lot of the video games that are coming out or not coming out or being delayed or being removed, like in the case of Concord, hardware has now basically taken over the airwaves. I was in a small conversation with somebody the other day who claimed that somewhere, somehow, the PlayStation 5 Pro was going to compete with an RTX 4070. And this was always very interesting to me whenever I'd see people say that on the internet, because the one thing a lot of these folk are not taking into account is simply that the RTX 4070 is an NVIDIA device. The AMD's platform running inside of the PS5 Pro would have to perform magic to be able to carry out some of the capabilities of an RTX 4070. It's just the reality. Like, in terms of raw rasterization power, the RTX 4070 is rendering Final Fantasy 16 at native 1440, full 60 FPS. I can't imagine how anybody would, think that these two particular, these devices are going to be on par. Simply because if you actually think about it, ladies and gentlemen, the RTX 4670 is relying on a real world CPU that can actually appropriately max it out. And any CPU that will be on parity with a 4070 is a CPU that will demolish the PlayStation 5 CPU, which then gives headroom for that GPU to be able to fully perform and be unlocked. The PlayStation 5 CPU at the moment right now is getting a slight improvement. Yes, the GPU is also getting a slight improvement, but I don't necessarily think that in some really demanding situations, you're going to see too much in terms of a performance increase, other than say maybe a small one that you normally would see. Yes, because you've gotten a better GPU and a slight clock over on your CPU. If this PS5 Pro was going to give raw performance, then PlayStation will not be running around advertising a new upscaler technology that they actually have. And when you think about it, that's basically what it is that their selling point is at the end of the day. But I thought it was interesting to hear somebody who likes to play on console actually say that, because they just sound like a PC player. It's very, very funny, though. I mean, if you had heard it and you didn't hear anything about a console, you would have thought that this person was, referring to PC. But in reality, they're actually talking about playing on their preferred console, and not just because it's their preferred console, but because they believe it's going to have better performance than any other console that they, can weigh it, against, which is very interesting. I just think it's a lot of fun to see, PlayStation, aficionados, I guess that's what I'll call them, actually dial themselves into this corner, because once the PS5 Pro comes out, what's going to happen, right? Then you're going to see people on the PC side doing the exact same thing. And what's going to happen is people on the PlayStation side are going to yell and say, you need to stop and don't do that. But we got to understand, the energy levels have to be kept very similar, because for the most part, you keep seeing people throw this stuff out there without any, in my opinion anyways, any critical thought as to why they're saying this stuff, or as to why these kinds of things are being directed towards console players. But for the most part, console players have now become de facto PC players. That's one of their biggest concerns in a video game, is performance ahead of anything else. So it's good. I guess at the end of the day, it is good to start seeing everybody, finally get, a bigger awareness as to what consoles truly are and what they truly offer on the base level. That way, you know what you're getting into. I think that's basically the main deal. But anyways, let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching the video. I really appreciate you guys' time and audience, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.